welcome to another video in our Moodle training course for Matter Day College. In this video, we will be adding outcomes-based teaching learning components into your Moodle course. So to start with, we need to open up, of course, our course. So in this example, I'll be opening up my data structures and algorithms course. As you can see, it's very bare. It's blank actually. We don't have anything else yet. This is the best time for you to add the OBTL components. What we'll be adding here will be the program outcomes as well as the course outcomes, and probably also add here the course description. Now, the way we are going to add these things, specifically the program outcomes and the course outcomes, we will be adding blocks which will be shown at the right side of your course. Now, right now you cannot do anything because the editing is not turned on. You can turn on the editing by clicking on this button. Sometimes the turn editing on is found also on the gear, but right now it's shown in the bottom as a button. So click on it. By clicking on it, all the icons representing things that you can do with your course will appear. And also, aside from that, in your navigation bar, you'll actually see now another link or button which is called Add Block. So all you have to do is click on this Add Block. Now, there are plenty of blocks that you can add into your course. If you want to incorporate these blocks into your course, you may do so if you think it's relevant. For example, you can do feedback or calendar or comments. What we will be adding here is an HTML block. So click on HTML block, and what will happen is that now you'll have two columns in your course, and the right column is where the blocks will appear. We now have a new HTML block. It's blank. The next thing you need to do is click on the gear icon and click on configure. Now we have the HTML block editor. From here you can type in your title. The title for this will be of course program outcomes. And then what you put inside here will be the program outcomes. Where are you going to get those program outcomes? Of course, from your syllabi or syllabus, as well as in your instructional guide. So I'll go ahead and open up my instructional guide. I have it ready right here. So I'm gonna get the program outcomes. So highlight the program outcome from here, then copy it, and then go back, and here we can paste our program outcomes. And that's it for the program outcomes. Click on save, and now your program outcomes is visible within your course. Next, of course, is we will be adding the course outcomes. So the same steps we're going to follow. Go back to the bottom, add block, select HTML, and then a new block will appear. You click on the gear and configure the new HTML block. Give it the title. It's course outcomes. Then from here you copy your course outcomes right here. Right click and copy. And then here you paste. Control-Shift-V. For some reason, ay problema sa kanang naay gitawag na to og formatting, but no worries, you can just highlight this and then select this guy. This one, select this guy, and that'll be it. And then make sure it's a paragraph, and Click on save. So now we have our course outcomes and our program outcomes. Next thing, we are going to add the course description right here on the general section. Since we are adding content inside a section, we just do it right here. We edit the particular section, so edit section. And then you have here in the summary, we can put all the things that we need to put in as text or pictures into our general section. So here we are going to put the course description. We are going to change our format to heading, maybe heading 5, and then type in course description. And then here it's going to go back to paragraph. We copy our course description from our instructional guide or syllabus. So copy that one, Control C, and then Control Shift D. Ay gamay suggestion si Grammarly. It's a good idea to have Grammarly in your browser. And there you go. Click on save. So now you have your course description displayed. You also the program outcomes and the course outcomes. Now, one thing that you can add here, in my case, something that I want to add as a continuation to this is I want to add a block below course outcomes for my contact information. So let me do that. Same process. Add a block, HTML, and then it is going to appear below the course outcomes. I'm gonna configure this one and call this teacher information. Teacher information. Here I want it to be centered, so I have centered, and then I want to put a picture first. So click on insert picture. Naotro gina siyang dagway ako, but insert picture and find or upload. I have here browse, and then I think this will be fine. Upload this file and gonna give it a description. So put description profile. Oops. And then click on insert. Now we have our picture. Ay mo kabalaka kung dako ra kayo na, because it will just adjust to the width of your block. And since our block is a little small here at the side, mugamay ra sad na siya. Then below it, we're going to put my name. GB. Enter, yeah. Then instead of pressing enter, because pressing enter is going to create a new paragraph. So let me go back. I will hold the shift key and press enter. Kaya ron dili siya new paragraph. It's just another line on the same paragraph. Okay. I'll have here faculty. Oops. Faculty. Mater Dei College of Arts, Sciences and Technology. I think I will now put this below. Right there. Then again, shift enter for our next line without opening a new paragraph. We put here our contact numbers. So phone, we'll have 0917-303-5716 and 0909-089-2350. Then email. And it's also a good idea, well, for me it's a good idea to include here my Facebook profile page. So I'll go Facebook. It's going to be https://www.facebook.com/ in my case it's eritnel. Kamo na'y bahala og pangita sa inyong profile link. And to make this a link, you highlight and make sure you copy this first. Highlight and then copy, and then click on the chain icon to create this, to turn this into a link, and it will open up. And in the link URL, you paste what you have copied, which is the actual URL still. And then the target, make sure that your target goes to open a new window. Okay, and then click on insert. So now it's a link. That's it. Click on save changes. So now below we now have our teacher information. Okay, I would like to make this text bigger. So let me go back and configure it again. And this time I will be highlighting that particular text. This one. Maybe you want it to be bold. Just make it bold. In my case, I would like to increase the font size to something like that, 24. Perhaps you will be wondering, your editor is different from mine because I changed my editor settings to TinyMCE. I will show you that also later on in this video. So let me save this first. Okay, so now we have our course description, program outcomes, and course outcomes, as well as the teacher information, where your students can contact you at any time they want. Now, going back to what I said, we're pretty much finished with adding OBTL components into your course. That's it, no? Aside from that, you can also you will be adding OBTL components per section this time. But for now, mora na siya ang OBTL components nga itong i-add into our course. Now, going back to my point katong ganiha when I mentioned I am using a different editor. What I did is I changed my editor to TinyMCE, not the default editor. How to do that? If you want to, you can go to your here in your profile at the top. Click, instead of going to profile, you go to preferences. And under preferences, you have here editor preferences. So in your case, you might be selecting default editor. Mine, I changed to TinyMCE HTML editor because I wanted to have the control to change font sizes. For some reason, the default editor do not have font sizes, or walang ko katuod. Anyway, I switched to TinyMCE editor for my purposes. If you want, you can do that also. But the default editor is already very good. It can do justice to what it's supposed to do. So that's it. We go back to home. We go back to our course in data structures. If you want to view how the students would look at your course, then you can just go here and click on top again and switch role to. So this time you can switch role to student so that you can see how your course would look like on the perspective of the students. So muna na siya. You have your course description, program outcomes, course outcomes, and teacher information. So for the next few videos, we will be focusing on adding your contents to every section of your course. Of course, following still the outcomes-based teaching learning process.